So it's time to change the exhaust on the Corsa VXR. Here's the standard exhaust there, and we're going to be putting on a Direnza catback system. So I'll open up the box and show you what you get for your money. So here you are. We're looking at the back box here. These are 4-inch slash cuts, and it's in a 2.5 inch bore. So you're getting loads of stuff here. You've got your hangers, you've got your gaskets. This one's particularly good because it comes with a center resonator box delete, which is optional. So you can either keep the resonator on, or you can put on the resonator delete.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get the back end up. We're going to use ramps, roll-on ramps instead of jacking it up, just to make things a lot easier.
So we've used ramp run-ons to make the ramps easier to use. For safety, we've left it in first gear, forward gear, and we've chalked the front wheels so she's not going anywhere. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you what equipment we've got here. We've got some lever bars, a 16mm ring spanner, 13mm spanner. We've got an extension to get a little bit extra leverage when we're pulling, a 13mm socket, a 16mm socket, and then we've got our ratchet here.
Right, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove these two 13mm bolts here. This holds on the exhaust mounting clamp, which is connected to the rubber mounting exhaust rubber mount here. It's a lot easier to take the whole clamp off and then manipulate the rubber mounting from there. And if you look around the other side, you can't take any mounting off here, but once the other side is off, it's a lot easier to manipulate the rubber mounting off from there. Right, the next thing that we're going to do is remove this 16mm nut here, which allows us to remove the back box, and it's the connector that goes to the resonator pipe, so that'll give us access to that. Right, we're going to crack this 16mm nut that I mentioned earlier. Right, just like before, we'll use the impact wrench. Trust me, it makes things a lot easier. Right, this is where this tool comes in, the small lever bar. We're going to pop it in here, and it just takes a bit of manly persuasion to loosen it off to remove the back box. Right, so I've cracked the exhaust sleeve here for the back box, so it's just about ready to slide out. But we'll just do this exhaust rubber mount that I mentioned earlier. We're going to use this small lever bar again. Remember, a long screwdriver, a long flat blade screwdriver will do the same job. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to manipulate it to the rubber mounting just a bit.
Two hours later.
Right, there's one more exhaust mounting to go here. I've sprayed it with some penetrating fluid again, and it should just come off with a bit of pushing and pulling. Right, so that's a 16mm nut that is for the resonator pipe that is connected to the cat down pipe. So once we remove that, we've got one more red rubber mounting there, and once we remove that clamp and that rubber mounting, the whole resonator pipe should come off.
So for some reason the clamp was actually welded to the pipe, which caused us a wee bit of difficulty, but a hammer and a Jamie bar managed to get that off of there. Hammer 1, pipe 0.
Okay.
Fine. Right, so the easiest way to remove the resonator pipe here from the cat pipe here is with a hammer and a bit of gentle persuasion. Right, so here we've positioned a side-by-side shot of both of the resonator sections of the pipe. You can obviously see the factory one on the right hand side with this big resonator box. Good news for us is that the mounting points seem to be in the exact same place, so that seems like that's going to make an easier fit for us. And obviously because these stretches of pipe are the same length, it lends itself to the fact that if the exhaust becomes too drony or it's too loud, we can always fit back on the factory resonator box there, so it's fine. In terms of weight saving, this stainless steel one here does feel considerably lighter than this one here, so obviously lighter weight, better quarter-mile times. So we're just offering the two sets of pipe up to each other there, and as you can see it's a perfect match of bore there, so it should be a precision fit on when we get the new exhaust parts on.
Right, I'm just now presenting the D-res pipe to the cat down pipe. With the addition of the copper grease that we showed you earlier, it slips on absolutely no problem. You have a bit of difficulty if it wasn't for it, so good handy tip there.
You just got to remember and put the rubber bracket onto this mounting bracket here. It's down there. It's behind your heat. So here we've got a comparison between the new Direnza back box and the factory back box here. So one nice feature is the fact that this stretcher pipe is separate from the back box, and that's going to make fitting this a lot easier and be a lot less twisting and manipulation. As you can see, this one here is actually welded on. Welds on here, nice and clean, and we'll get a good gasket on there that they provide as well, so very good. Weight saving, this box here is considerably lighter than the factory box, and I'm going to go ahead and attempt to lift this one. Oh boy. Yep, so again, a really solid weight saving on that one there. Right, included in the kit comes this sleeve here, which is going to go in between the resonator delete pipe and this back box connection hose here. We have greased it all up, just for good practice. It's going to make it a lot easier to come on and off again if we've ever got to do that. We're going to fit this underneath the car and we're going to show you how that looks. It's just the reverse process of what we've done before. Are you having fun there? So just as an additional bit of advice, what we've done is we've marked a line here on the underside of the car, which will line up to the point in which this pipe here and this pipe here meet. We've then marked the center point here of the sleeve, and what that will allow us to do is ensure that the sleeve is entirely covering the join and is halfway in between both pipes, as opposed to too far over either side and could result in slipping. Give it some rev. So because this stretcher pipe here was separate, what that means is that we had one rubber mounting on that pipe, and we've only got two on the back box, so it's actually going to make fitting the back box and removing it again a lot easier. It'll require a lot less twisting and manipulation than before, so it's another good bit of design there from Direnza. Another point is because of the split for the silencer pipe, we can now refit this bracket as well as the rubber mounting there, because it won't cause us as much issue. And obviously this one here is welded on as we explained before. So right there it is. Right, so that's everything on under here. A word of advice from us is to fit the left hand side, so that's this welded side here first. Reason being for this connection here, we couldn't get it to fit quite nicely enough doing the right hand side, so it was actually easier to do this one here, fit that one up, and then work on getting this one here done next. So we're now, everything's on, but it's not tight, just to make sure we could manipulate everything in the correct position, and we're going to go the entire length of the exhaust now and make sure every bolt and bracket is tightened up properly. So we're going to do that now, again with an impact wrench for ease of use.
Right, this exhaust clamp here, what we've done is we've flipped it 180 degrees so it's smooth here. This is for a number of reasons. Speed bumps or any loose surfaces and things like rocks can get kicked up, and it can pretty much rip your whole exhaust system off here. So if you just flip it round, you get easy access to tighten these 13mm nuts. And another reason is it just looks a lot more flush and a bit more professional.
Right, so that's us all fitted up. We're happy with all the bolts, we're happy with the placement of all the brackets and mountings, so here's the initial startup. Right, let's do it. So it's got a pretty similar tone to before, but it's noticeably louder, definitely. Give it some revs. So it's definitely got a deep throaty sound. It's very similar to the factory tone, but it's noticeably louder. You can definitely hear it. I'm going to go out for a drive and see what it's like throughout the rev range as well. See if there's any annoying reverb notes or vibrations throughout the range. So we'll give that a shot now. Right, so I'll show you again the tools that we needed here, with the addition of one heavy hammer and a light underneath, just so we can get some better shots for you guys. So again, that was a 60mm ring spanner, 13 and 16mm sockets there, and we used a ratchet. So all good, we're going to go for a drive. Right. So the exhaust note here is not too loud on acceleration, but there's some drony kind of deceleration noises that I'll be able to show you on this stretch of road here. So I could quiet down a little bit. I'm going to keep it on for a while and see. So this will be the deceleration drone here. That's the reverb zone there. It's sort of between 2.5 and 3,000 revs here. I'll do it again.
You can expect that when you put on an aftermarket exhaust, but some are worse than others. You don't quite know until you put them on.
It'll need a couple of weeks to bed in a little bit, and then we'll see. So that'll be us for now, and
we'll do a follow-up video with some drive-by shots and exterior sounds. But thanks for watching.